Hello, welcome back. Sort of. We've spent some time on our own, redoing 10th level and a little bit of the stuff prior to it. I'm gonna need you to help me fill in some gaps on what exactly happened, but
Okay. So the idea here is that we tried making different choices in the 7th level so as to bring in all the attack that's available, which lets us reach the 900 attack threshold sooner. So obviously that saved a little bit of health in the 10th level itself. It also makes it possible to reach 1000 attack for the double-brained Fagundo, although we only realised afterwards that even if you come into this point with that being a possibility, there is no point in actually doing it, because getting 1000 attack only saves 1000 damage from the Fagundo, and those last 2 gems cost more than that.
Yeah, because it's pretty much just that one Fagundo. So interestingly, we got over an attack threshold for Cortexes here, so this room was actually cheaper than it was before. It was only 1450 for the initial one instead of 1900, whatever it was. But it wasn't enough cheaper to be worthwhile for the Fagundo.
No. But one thing that has happened in between this and the previous recording session is that I have spoken a little to Chaco about the problems we've been having with this final level. He's agreed that it does need to be made a little bit easier before the final release. So one thing is that more attack will be available, so there will be meaningful choices again as to exactly how much to bring into the last level, and it should be possible to reach the 1000 threshold for the Fagundo.
So one of the problems we had was that getting all of the attack prior to this meant we came in with a lot fewer keys. So now rooms like this, where there's a bunch of health locked away behind doors, are a lot harder to get into because we've basically taken almost all the green keys that are available. This one's terribly expensive. This can pretty much never be worth it as far as I can tell.
Right, and one thing is that Chaco said he would... well, that's one room that I pointed out as a problem, and he said he would fix before the released version.
Which one?
The one with the 4 wretched spiders.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sure. So there's a couple of little health trades for yellow keys, but yeah, like we tried a low attack run just from rerouting 10th level. This was our high attack test. This one actually went a little bit worse because, well, getting all the attack just wasn't worth it, and we had to use too many resources to do it to be able to continue. So that's where we are. Let's see, anything else interesting that happened? We obviously got over the outer threshold during this run before fighting any of those.
We could mention what happened in the Opticon room. So the one just east of where you're standing.
This one? Oh, that was west. Right, this one here. Yeah, that's right. We found a slightly better way to route this. Guardians... Yeah, I think the trick was I would use the Mimic to kill an Opticon orthogonally from this pressure plate. As long as there was a Guardian on the other side of a Force Arrow, it would end up there and stay there until the next kill. So that let me hold these doors open and kill 2 of the 4 Opticons from the back. It took a little bit of trickery to get the Guardians in the right place, but yeah, that was an optimization that saved 200 health in this room. Let's see.
And
we did this the same way, we did this the same way. Mm-hmm.
But I should add about that puzzle in 4 North 3 West. That Chaco said it sounded like our solution was unintended, because I said it was a bit weird, and he said the intended solution should not come across as weird. So that's confirmation that we haven't done this the intended way.
Yeah, and that makes sense, right, because we did not use the Beetle Queen. And like I said before, I'm sure this is a cool puzzle if we could just see what's the set of steps to do it. It's kind of impenetrable to, just from looking at the room, figure out what that's supposed to be. And we didn't use either of those either. Yeah. Yep.
There's a cool linchpin in it somewhere, but we missed it.
Yep. Alright, so I think I've clicked on all of these rooms enough times. So we are now faced with the decision to... how does it work if you have a save in the middle of a hold and the hold gets updated? Like, could we hypothetically get a new version of this after these fixes, then restore it before 10th level and get the new 10th level?
Yes. Any room that you have not entered will update to its new version.
Okay, that's interesting. So maybe it would almost make sense to just set this aside for a moment, let Chaco make his fixes, get the new 10th level, and start from there, from where we entered before. Because we have a few episodes ahead. The other option would be to go back to, for example, before we got the Night Shield, before we knew where it was, and get that earlier and reroute with that to save some health, and just make different decisions a lot earlier. I'd kind of rather not do that. I assume you wouldn't either.
That's right, and I assume our viewers wouldn't really want to see that.
Yeah.
This has gone on for a long time, this series. It's
Yep. Okay, so I think what that means is the two of us will probably call it a day for today. This is only 6.5 minutes of footage, so we'll probably come back immediately, from your perspective, with an updated hold and a new 10th level that we can get through a little more easily. Alright, we're back. This is take 2 because I was dumb and forgot to hit the record button. But anyway, it's a few days later. Chaco has provided a new version of this hold, which changes the balance and adds a bunch of health trades in 10th level, and apparently 2 more power gems. I have also installed a new version of DROD RPG, where supposedly the crashing issue with map panning is fixed. Huh, so I can't pan from the current room. Whoa, and he turns into Tendry when I do it? That's weird. Anyway, so we should be able to do that again. Let's see, what else did we say that was interesting?
So I just clarified that the reason for the changes is that Chaco has responded to some of our feedback after we made the last few videos. He won't have been able to see the videos yet at the time of recording, but we've been talking about the level in chat, and he's evidently decided that yes, it is a bit easy at the moment for players to get to the end of the hold and be brick-walled by the final boss, just as we were. So he's made the last level a bit more generous. And although there is a list of exactly what's changed in the hold's architecture topic, we're not looking at that as we record. So we're just going into the level and seeing how we do.
Yeah. I remember I did skim over it when I looked at the topic, but I don't remember anything that was in it, because it was all very specific. Like, in this room there is this trade for this thing, and I don't memorize things like that. Notably, there is another potion here. There was only one last time.
Yes, most of the changes are extra potions, such as the 2000 we just picked up, which obviously will make a big difference. But there's also 2 more power gems, so the player has more choice about which power gems to leave behind when going for the 1000 attack threshold for the Fagundo.
Mm-hmm.
And we've resumed from the end of episode 29 save, so we have left 2 times 5 power gems behind in earlier levels. So if we go for that attack threshold, we'll have to get all but one of the power gems that exist in this level.
Mm-hmm. So when we did this just a moment ago, we deliberated for way too long about whether to take the eye or the door, so I just made a hard save there so that we can go back if we have to. Okay, and this is how far we got. There's an extra potion here, so this can be just barely worth it if you can spend a green key on something. Anyway, so priority number 1, really big sword. How do you look? Mm-hmm. So 10th level again. Fortunately, we know how pretty much everything works here. Hopefully we'll both remember, or at least one of us will remember. There was no way to get away with not killing one of these eyes, right?
That's right.
Yep. At least not that we found. Right, and really big sword would not make it any cheaper. Because you could leave one alive while you walk over here, but that was about it. Okay, really big sword. So let's go ahead and just do... no, it's not time to do this room yet. We need 5 more power gems first. I'm going to show the... Sorry.
One of the ones we always get early, and I think is still correct to do so, is in the room just east of here.
Oh, yes, that one. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oops, okay. Mimic, just behave yourself for a moment, please. Right, so... I think we weren't showing the video when we learned this, but this field of Ormites is here so that you don't actually have to leave the room to solve this puzzle. There we go. What I want to do is sure that works fine, except not. This is confusing because they face in the opposite direction as me, so I need to move. Whenever I want to realign, I need to step northeast, okay? Cool. Alright, Fagundo doesn't get cheaper until then. Right, Fagundo has same threshold as, like, everybody else. Well, not everybody else, but the patrol eyes, at least. This room is different. Only 1 green key now. Ah, that spider's there so that you have to take the hit to use the bomb. I see. Oh, hey, and it doesn't blow up a potion anymore.
So now we'll have to change all our calculations about this room.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next attack threshold? 23, so we should definitely not do this room until then anyway.
Assuming we can get 23 for less than that'll cost. Well... That is a good number to keep in mind, though, because that will save 400. So, well, it depends.
400 for each of them.
Oh, for some reason I was thinking we would go in here and blow one up. Okay, so not necessarily. This is new, I notice. That's a nice trade.
Yes, but it will get nicer. Oh, this one's worth doing.
Thresholds are high, so this is good. Yes, okay, so... This one, I never remember exactly how to do it. Guardian needs to step on this on the same turn that the last tar blob gets cut. So I think he goes over here first. That checkpoint looking thing, I guess that just means he's targeted on that space. Okay. So let's see, I think this works something like this, and then this, and then that. Yes, Seep is alive. Cool. Oh wait, something's wrong. Something is wrong because I haven't dropped the trapdoors. Nothing's wrong. Okay. Alright, so 2 more gems and we can do that other room. To the south of here, Radium Golem is still there the same way. I think this is new. I don't remember that from last time. The rest of this looks the same.
We should have a scout around and see if we can find the extra 2 power gems.
That's a good idea. Was that a power gem before?
No.
Yeah, so there's one. Cool. That was there before. This room has changed a lot. 2 Fagundos for a yellow key. That's interesting. Oh, hey. I note that these are showing with their custom colors even though we haven't visited this room this run. That must be a change in build 311. Cool. I wonder if their stats show. Yeah, they do. Okay, so some sort of magic is happening so that custom monsters are initialized before visiting a room now. That is quite nice, except Except it only kind of is because the radium golem still didn't. I guess he's scripted differently somehow. Anyway, right, so where's the other new power gem? Ah, 2 here.
There it is. That's nice, because that was not a difficult one to get.
Yeah, okay, so that's super worth it. This room looks the same. That looks the same.
Well, this is beyond the blue door, isn't it?
This section that I'm in now, yes. Blue door is there. So that leads... Yes, okay, so we'd have to go through the blue door to get that. So which blue key was the one we would always go for first? I don't actually remember at all.
It was the one beyond the radium golem.
Oh,
but
okay.
Right now I'm thinking, should we go for the room with all the yellow keys and the extra gem?
Which one is that?
Just to the south.
Oh, yeah. That one needed to wait until an Opticon threshold, so 29 more from here.
It would only save us 200.
Yeah, but do we need this now? Oops. Whoa.
No, but it's one of the cheapest ones, so we might think of getting it next.
Yeah, but if we don't need it now, then we might as well wait until those are a little bit cheaper if we can. Unless... Okay, right. So it's worth considering losing potentially 200 to get that, if that can make other things cheaper. Mm-hmm.
Right. Should we go and have a look at how the other one we often got early was beyond the Jade Golem. How are we doing for him?
This guy? 29 more. This is a Jade Golem, as I recall. So
yeah.
These aren't showing with custom colors, so it's inconsistent somehow. Down here was some good stuff. Oh, except no, we didn't want to come here until
900.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, should we take a look at the Radium Golem?
Sure. Seeing these spiders reminds me to press that button frequently. Just in case terrible things happen. Protect conference room. 625, 29 more would save 125, which... could we hypothetically get 29 more if we wanted to? On the route we normally take. Not there.
I don't think we can, because all of the attack that's available will cost in various ways.
I think you're right. Yep, okay. Let's go for this guy. He's not too expensive.
But we will need some more health before... Oh no, we can just grab the blue key now and come back and get the green keys some other time.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, how much is this? Each of these is 150. Okay, so 450 for yellow key. Okay, cool. Even though those are tiny potions, that's actually a worthwhile trade. And if nothing else, it's just a nice place to dump a yellow key somewhere if we run out of other options. Where am I going? I got a blue key. Blue door.
Blue door, yes.
Okay, here's a nice place to get health. This was already optimal pretty early. In fact, okay, 29 more for the Opticon. Cool. And actually, Serpent, are you already down to... Wait a second. Ah, shoot. You know what I did? I left the Worm Piercer in the really big sword room.
I thought you were going to say in the previous level.
No, fortunately not that. I came here with no sword. So I think the Serpent is down to 400 pretty much right away, so that's a gem that we can get that won't get any cheaper. So you said all but one power gem in this level. If
that's what would allow us to one-shot the Fagundo, but rather kill it in 2 hits. But we don't necessarily have to do that.
You are not down to 400 yet. Okay, so that's again 29 more. It's always 29 more.
Yeah. So one thing is that we could consider in the room north and east of here. we could consider just opening the doors to get that attack.
We could. That Opticon... Or wait, is that an It's a brained Opticon. I remember it always being 350 when we fought it, but we have less attack now, so it would be 700. Obsidian Golem is better. Right, I don't need to do this now because we have green keys.
Yes.
This was one we usually did early. What kind of eyes are those? I'll do a quick save and check.
We do have to kill at least one Opticon to even enter the area.
You're right. Okay. Down here was... Oh, this stuff. Right. This involves killing patrol eyes, which have a threshold that's what? 29 more. Always 29 more. Okay, so we need 3 more power gems. How is the northeast room looking? We need 2 more. And I think this might be the place to get them.
Yes.
Whoa, whoa, hey, you're looking that direction. This feels much earlier than we usually come here, which is fine.
So 700 is still better than taking the 3 doors.
Yeah, and with the extra yellow key trades that are here, that's probably makes sense to fight this. Yeah, let's say... Okay, sure. Let's specify. Okay. Oh, wait. Well, that's separate. And I should probably just tell... yeah. Even though there are better ones around, we're going to want to gather all of them pretty much. And with a number of yellow keys, that should make sense.
So what we should do next is get one of the large health potions on the far east of the level.
Yes, I agree with that.
And then tackle the northeast room.
Yeah.
Which will tip us over 900.
Cool. Alright, so this right here. And I mean, might as well get the other one too. Unless you think we need to save yellow keys a little harder than that. So 800, okay, so 1200, another 1200. Open that. Just in case we want to change that. Those are called Steel Knights, right? Yeah.
Yes. So let's see what it looks like now. So it's an extra 800 plus 350 for having to kill the Guardian.
Yes.
Minus 220 for the Wretched Spider.
Ooh, so you're thinking like if we do it like this? Okay, so wait a minute, that was, I think I had 3,300 after that. So Wretched Spider dies. Bomb blows up. Guardian gets trapped. So that green key gave us not as much as it needed to, I think.
It should have saved us 800 for the Steel Knight, 350 for not having to kill the Guardian, minus 220 for the Wretched Spider, which is 930, which is more than the points value of the green key.
Yeah, that's right. And did you say 800 for the Steel Knight? Because it's actually 1,200 because we have to take this extra sword hit. So...
I think I was already taking that into account.
Okay. That does put us down to 1 green key, but that sounds like a pretty good trade. So let's...
Yeah, there are places we can get more keys easily, especially as we have a lot of health at the moment, and we're just about to hit 900.
And there's a hard save, so that should be fine in either case. Okay, so there was I had a trick for getting past this without having to fight the Guardian. I don't know how I did it, though. I think I kill this and then this? Yes. Okay. So 911, which means we can do this room over here now. Now, the trickery in here was that we have to use the Mimic to kill an Opticon, which is now cheaper, while orthogonally away from this, which means something like that, I think. So one of those goes in the pressure plate, and then I can...
That lets you stab another of the Opticons from behind through the open door.
Yep. So hopefully that one works. Yes, I think that's fine. This is going to be a bit complicated. Actually, no, it's not. That's fine. Okay, now the last step was to kill the Mimic in a very specific place so that the Guardians would all go away from the pressure plates. However, that was not the right place. Here might work? Yeah, cool. Alright, things are looking pretty good. This guy's as cheap as he's gonna get.
Yeah, but don't kill him yet, because that's a lot of damage, so...
Sure.
It narrows down the options for what we can and can't do. I think that is one thing that went wrong in the previous runs. We killed him early for that reason, and I don't think that was a good idea.
Yeah, that's probably the case. Okay, cool. So let's see how serpents look these days.
Well, I would think just go south from here, because we can get that.
Yeah. This place.
Not only can we get this now, but it's a gain of 10 attack and 3 keys, which is very nice.
What was this? Oh, right.
And there's the rooms in this corner we can do now.
Alright, so Opticon's cheaper. Oh yeah, I remember this room up here is one to do soonish, so if we need attack for anything, that's the place to get it. This is maybe the power gem we could leave behind, if we're leaving one behind.
Yes, because it's 2 green keys, and that's quite a lot.
Yeah, although... Yeah, just for the...
We have more yellow than green keys.
Exactly.
We brought a large supply of yellow keys into the level.
Yep, I think that's what makes the difference there, sure.
Also, getting that one right now, together with the other Opticon room, would allow us to reach 950, which is an important threshold.
So we need 5 more power gems before the adders become free. So those are going to wait for a while. Obsidian Golem's free, cool. Fagundo's here, yow. Well, I mean, we'd kill that first, and what would they look like then? 300 each. Okay, so that's going to be a very pricey yellow key no matter what.
But it will become cheaper.
Yep, if we get enough to get over this threshold. Sure. Okay, so we're at 931. 950 you said was an important threshold.
Yeah. So this one and the northwest one.
Okay. What's over this way? This way has a... Oh, it is a power gem. I thought this was blue key. This is as cheap as it gets. Right. Yes. Just wanted to make sure. Alright, so up here... Okay, let's see if I can remember this pattern. Did I? No, I stepped there. Okay, so 2 hits there, and then 1 there. And these guys should be free these days. Splat! Splat.
Very nice.
Fagundo, stun these 49 more. Okay. Down here. Oh yeah, this stuff. So we're at 950.
That's one. That's one that we can get. That's one in the puzzle room.
What was the 950 threshold important for? I forgot.
Slime guys, or whatever they're called.
Okay. Alright, so we still don't know the real solution to this, but we know a weird fiddly one that kind of works.
And I take it you're just going to do that again.
I guess so. I don't feel like looking for another one, because it was enough of a process to get to the one we had.
We want to get to the end of the hold.
Yep.
No doubt Chaco can make his own video of the correct solution.
Let's see. So it involved killing this one, or one like it, right in this spot, I think?
Yes.
And there was a way to do that without getting hit, I thought.
Using the mirrors somehow.
That's right.
You lined them up. Was it just above the eye?
I don't know.
I don't pay very much attention to when you're solving the normal DROD style puzzles, because I know that's out of my depth.
Let's see. This has almost worked. Okay, well. Okay, I need to go back to before I woke him up. In fact, let's just reset. Yeah, I remember doing something kind of maybe like this. Maybe kind of... No, I don't know how I did this. Any one of these is fine, really. It's definitely not that, so I need maybe something like this. Yes. There we go. Okay, so Guardians are targeted there. One mirror goes there, other mirror goes over here.
Careful, you've moved the mirror off the plate.
I sure did. So go here. I initiates combat. For some reason, when I step here, targeting changes to my position, and the Guardians just happen to work out so that that works. Wait a turn, do this, and everything's cool. Okay. These guys want to push mirrors around more.
Well, let them have their fun, why not?
Mm-hmm. Right. So slime men. Yeah. Down to 125. That's as cheap as that yellow key is ever going to be. We want these green keys for sure. Is there any trickery we can do to get this Guardian away without... No, there's no way. Probably. Oh no, hang on. No. Alright. I'm going to leave this until we specifically need a yellow key, but that's one of the cheapest ones.
Yes.
More green keys here. Yes, we definitely want them. And that's as good as it gets. Oh no, you stay.
Yeah, we don't have to kill that.
Okay, and we did this. Now, when we did the high attack run here, we actually got over the Cortex threshold. We might be able to do that again this time.
We can, yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just 2 more gems, and that same 2 more gems will also take us over the threshold for adders.
Okay, cool.
So how are we doing? So we can get this one.
Yep. And adders, yeah. Oh, just one more for adders, cool. Oh, right, because we... yes, that's what you said.
We just got one.
My number of additional things that I need does not always update.
It's in the room just south and west of us, beyond the Jade Golem, which is now free.
Oops, whoa. Okay, so I'm used to sometimes pressing my directional keys to get out of the map. Now that's just going to pan the map, which is fine. I just have to get used to something different. Okay, so Jade Golem free. I remember last time we had to open this.
Well, we didn't have to, but we preferred to because it wasn't free.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good reason for leaving this room for later.
And there's no way those are free with a wooden sword, I assume. But I shouldn't assume. Oh, hey. So, yes, that does work, actually. Cool.
I think we didn't notice that last time.
Yeah. We never did this room late enough to have an opportunity to notice, I guess.
But I think we didn't notice that we could kill the egg with the wooden sword, and I think we looked at the queen's damage only. I can't remember.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. Okay, so adders now.
Yes.
There's one over... Is it this way? I think it's this way. Yeah. Splat. And... No, not you. And a green key for our trouble. Okay, so that's one blue key. I'll just keep the sword on because there's another couple of adders I'm going to kill. I think. Yeah. Right.
Well, we're certainly doing a lot better.
Yeah.
Now.
No, blue door there. So let's see. This is going to be a bit long if we go all the way to the end right now. I guess we have the choice of either cutting it here and having another possibly short episode or having a really long one now. I think I'd rather cut it here and maybe have a short one.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe a weird place to do that, but anyway, we're over the adder threshold, starting to collect blue keys for the final door. Things are looking pretty good. So, we'll see you next time to hopefully finish the hold if we haven't, if we still can, with the changes. Otherwise, we'll be sad. Anyway, see you next time.
Bye.